All right, so what's your name?
Skyler Henry.
All right, so what role do you play in your community?
I didn't really play a role in my community. I didn't really go outside.
All right, then, so what's your definition of community?
I would say the neighborhood that you live in, really.
Okay. Have you been impacted by your community?
No,
Why?
because I don't interact with the people in my community. And I definitely don't give credit to my school. They don't help with anything at all, really.
How would your life be different in a different city?
I probably would be lame if I wasn't from Chicago. Chicago's the best city, and that's all I got to say.
Is that facts?
Facts.
If you could change anything about your community, what would it be?
Probably the people in it and how much we interact with each other, I guess, because everybody's so isolated. I don't really mind though, but that's probably one of the things I would change. And what's directly around my community.
How do you think your community is viewed by others?
I would say my direct community, like where I live at, it's viewed as violent and, as I would say, like the ghetto, really.
I'm an outsider, I agree. If you think your community, like your view of this is unfair, is there any way to change this?
Not really. No.
Sounds about right. All cities deal with violence, especially in Chicago. How does the issue of violence in Chicago compare to other major cities?
I'm pretty sure it's about the same amount of violence. The only thing is that Chicago's violence gets broadcasted all over the news, while other cities don't really get as much coverage as we do. That's the only difference, I would say.
Okay. What are what's the issues, like the top 3 issues you think in Chicago?
Violence, poverty, and political figures not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Okay, that's smart. If you were in charge of the media, what would you show? Or like to change the perception of you and your community?
The white people, what they do wrong. And I would show mostly the south side of Chicago because we do have a lot of talented kids, especially with like music, dancing, the arts, especially in school too. So not a lot of that gets broadcasted in the media.
That's true. How do you see Chicago in the future?
Probably the same, 9 times out of 10.
The same?
Definitely.
You don't think anything could change?
I mean, yeah, it'll change, but of course the change will be minor.
Okay.
So.
All right, thanks. Thanks for letting me interview you.